All right, good morning. It's Tuesday, February 8th, and we're looking at Pton. Oops, didn't push the button. It wasn't open, it was on. So there's the wider time frame, I guess. From the top of the mountain to the bottom of the... I don't even think it's worth this. It's a fucking exercise bike. But we're going to trade it because it's active, and we're up 1%. I do like that it collected support here on our price. Let's see if it'll hold it, though. Yeah, I was just at that exact moment. I was contemplating moving that stop up to break even, and that would have got us right there and it would have shooken us right out. So, this amount of risk isn't it's not that big, so I'm okay with it. 2.5, 2.6% of risk. Show it here. Respect your original risk level. This new market, not new market, this market that we're going through is really starting to kind of wear on me. I might need to take a break or something, but look at that. I do like recording myself some good looking candles, though. There's 1.8% right off our price. So I said to myself, why would I let some of this profit go? So I put a sell stop in there, okay? So a sell stop is when the price is going to come back down into that price, right? So it's kind of like a take profit, except I'm only going to use 60. I'm only going to take 60 units off, right? I really don't like that. Actually, I'm going to change that because then we're going to be back into our price, right? So why would we want to stop out like that? So let's think about that, and I'm going to move the stop up to that sell limit there at 31.75, right? So there's our, right? And then we're going to take our, so I double jumped it all, and now I've moved that up to take 60 units off at, up in there, right? When this comes back down. So now I've kept the stop order. So when the price comes back down into this, we've got more. And then if it comes back even further, we're going to take the stop loss here on Pton. Look at this, it's working out. I'm actually kind of impressed here. I didn't think that Pton had 4% in it, and lo and behold, we're actually catching it. So, wow, okay. How do we see how I've got that sell limit there, and then I've got my sell stop just a bit below there. That's actually the worst plot for that stop. If the stop, 50, that's the better stop. Or at 95, not even. If it doesn't even make it through there, it should just collapse, right? So 32.12, I'm going to change that. 32.10. Because we like the round numbers-ish. So now we've got that, protecting that. That's protecting that. That's actually, that's a pretty brilliant setup there. Do we have any targets? Let's take a look if we can find some targets now. I don't know. I found 34.80, but I mean, that's way too fucking far out, man. So I started to question myself, why am I letting this profit slip? There it is right there. We want to make sure we catch it all, right? So we want it 32.60s, 32.65. We're going to put that 32.65. Hurry up. There's more of the order. Where's the stop now? 32.40. 32.12. 32.12. It's right in there. Okay, so we ended up taking some of the profit off there. That was okay. 60 units was like $1,800 or something. So let's just see what that was like. And there you go, Pton profits. $82.80 with $5 in, $5 out. We were talking about that the other night. $5 in, $5 out. We'll see how many. Yeah. But look at her push. So now this is the point in the trade where you get messed up and you think, hey, wait a second. What if this is like a swing trade and we're going to go and hold it for, you know, like, oh, look at it. It's actually like, you know what I mean? No, 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 no. This is where you keep your stop up tight. We're going to try and take some more profit out of this. That's the job. Remember, we're going to have a hard look at this. It's actually perfect. Let me draw that for you, folks. Let me get on top of that one. Come on. Sometimes, eh? It just doesn't. Okay, sorry. So we had a little trouble drawing that, but there you go. And it actually pierced it. Did you see that? It actually went through it. Interesting. Interesting. Double check that it's right. It is too. So that's interesting that it pierced it. I'm gonna consider that kind of bullish. It doesn't. The stock market doesn't do random things like you think. It actually does it very calculated, and the big players do things for specific reasons. I'm not here to tell you the specific reasons because, to be honest with you, I don't fucking know, right? But they do. They do stuff for reasons, and we're here to react, and that's it. I observe and report. We're like shitty security officers here. Yeah, we do it in real time every time. Just like I said, they pierced it. They wanted to go through it, and they did. Now they really did. So now what do we do for how do you take money out of it? We're at 8% up. This is impressive. How do we protect this? Because this is, you know, like it's just like all of them. You think you're like, I want to go into the mindset of it now. You're always thinking, oh man, this is gonna go back. Like, you know, we're gonna make we're gonna. No, it's gonna go back down, right? Like it always goes up and it always goes down. It always goes up and it always goes down. And our job is to take that little bit up and then get out, and then identify when it goes up again. We get in again and we take it again for when it goes up, right? We're just trying to squeeze this as much as possible. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I put a sell stop in there so when the price comes back down, we're going to take half the position off. Our stop loss is still there for half the position. So we're not going to lose any money ever, but we're going. So if it does want to carry on, we're still going to carry half the position. Right now, if we look at it, simple math, 100 units, $3,200 is, well, sorry, $3,100. So we're going to, this is worth $1,500 at 7%. So 70 or 80 bucks again. I'm telling you, finding the trade is kind of one of the easier parts. How to get the money out of it correctly is the most hard. This is the hardest part. Yeah, and there it just took it. Because at all costs, you have to have the execution mindset, or this isn't, it's not a game. And that could have been a mistake to take it off there. You know, I always say that too. It's like, did you play it right? And could you have played it better? And every single time I say, yeah, you probably could have played it better. But I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? So that's another $103. I know these numbers aren't that impressive, but that makes $185.80 of profit on Pton. I know these numbers aren't that impressive to some people, but it's not that impressive to me either. But I think that the whole thing is that we're winning trades at percentages, and that it's all a game of zeros. And the execution is the most important part of this whole job. And you know what? You can only be, I don't know, I can only be in so many places at one time. Pass me the SOPA. We missed this one, man. I was watching it the whole time too. The break of that, look at 22%. It's kind of, like, it's disheartening a little bit that we picked the one that has a 5% or whatever it is swing on Pton. Versus the 22% on SOPA. We really could use a team here to help out with this. We have started the Discord chat room there. If you want, leave a message in the comments, and we will. I'll provide a link to that if you guys want to chat and get in on these trades, because you know, if you don't it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. And if you don't help, you know what I mean? If you don't want to get into a community that helps you get that, you don't have to. I'm not suggesting you have to, but I mean, it might help. It's kind of a little bit of a bounce here. Yeah, because when you're in it and on it like I am daily, it makes it, you know, you might ask yourself, well, how can I get in it and on it as well? And that would be to come to the chat room and potentially get some of the leads. Never lose focus of where you're at. Always zoom out every once in a while. Yeah, these are 1 hour candles, so that's the last 2 days. And here it's rallying. So, doing pretty good at holding the position. Do you think the stop should be all the way down there, or do you think we should move it up? Leave a message in the comments. Where would you have your stop at this exact moment? We're at 11 minutes of the video. Would you move your stop up tighter to protect more of this 6%? Or would you let it come back? Give it some more room. See what it's like for the rest of the day. Remember the market cap here. Yeah, so we got a mess load of insider transaction there. Again, I don't really know what that really means, but... And I'm surprised this short float isn't higher. This is right from NASDAQ.com. January 14th, short interest, 2 days to cover. So that was whatever days ago, right? That was quite a few days ago. It's not easy to get this short interest. Here's the options chain. There it is for the 11th. And the 18th. So pause the video, rewind it, and zoom in, do what you gotta do. And we still keep on trucking. Good times. So I keep staring at that and thinking, wait a second, VWAP is right there. Will this want to pull back to VWAP and have a bounce? Why are we taking a stop loss? Right, okay, so think about it. Watch, it'll go there, it'll actually come back to price. It'll go to VWAP, hang out there for a couple of seconds and actually pull back, then it'll actually go further on its merry way if it doesn't take this bounce. So why are we taking the stop way down there? And then why would you want to take the stop here? Interesting. To get kicked out of the trade. How high do you think this will go today would be the... You know, it's up 12% on the day. And what I've watched and what I've learned of the way I do it, I'm always catching it on the wrong side. Right? Like, I'm always on the downside. So we're always taking less percentage every single time. You know what I mean? Like, we're at 6.9% right now. So why are we going to let it come back down to 5% before we want to take it off? I've always done it kind of wrong, because you want to give it room to go on the upside. So I was just thinking, why don't we just set another order up here, and if it goes up here, then we take it. Or take off some of the position right now. We're at, say, $1,500 of a position. And to me, this is one of the most challenging parts of it. This is why I keep going on and on about this execution mindset and all this stuff. Because, it's like, well, why wouldn't I just take, another half of the position off? So another $750 at 7%. Because it's worth $52. And that's part of the problem. It's like, oh, it's only worth $52. So why would I want to just take off $52? So then I did the math on the full stop out of $1,500 at 2.5%. And it's only... So when this comes back to stop you out, it's worth $37. Think about that. And we just, it doesn't take me long to start thinking about these things. Hold on a second here. I'm going to do one of these. Close half the position like right now. Fuck it. And then, look at, now we have, you see what I mean? So I just weighed I just weighed it. And we had $37 if it came all the way back down to stop. So I said to myself, well, what the hell is that point of that, right? Yeah, what the fuck was the point of that? So I took $57 more off of it, and we kept half the position. So now, when we get stopped out, it'll actually be worth, well, it'll be worth half as much. It'll be worth $15 on that stop out. But that's a very good question. Why are we going to take that stop way the fuck down there, too? Like, just to hold in the position now for $750 worth of a position? Let's look at this some more and actually gather ourselves and find out where we should put this stop for real. Now, I don't know if leave me a comment, but I don't know if anybody wants to walk through this with me as I, mentally do it in my head here and try and get like a you know, a grasp on things here. But look at it tightening. See this tightening pattern? When it breaks below this, where's it going to want to stop? Like, it should take support here at 32. But then if it falls through there, right, that's why our stop's in a pretty good spot. But I mean, at the same time, why would you want to let it go all the way back there? So I'm thinking if it rips back from here, it's going to want to rip one of these, right? And then if it doesn't take support here, I'm thinking 33.20. 33.20. That leaves us with another $48. So, is that the right choice? Leave me a message in the comments. If you think I'm doing this wrong, I am open to suggestions of how we should do it better. Yes, I've been saying too much because this one is getting to be like, you know, it's kind of it taxes on the mind. Look at it, if it pulls back, we're going to record some more after this is finished as well to see where it's going to finish. But when this pulls back, it might want to just shake us right out of this whole trade. And remember where we had our stop, right? We had it down here at 32.12 or something like that. So that was a pretty good pullback candle. So that's not bad as far as that goes. Shrink that back a bit. Like this is it's a tough chart here. It's a tough chart. Look at that. It pulled back perfectly to our... Yeah, it couldn't have done that better. Nicely spot on. We put that in the exact right spot. I put my stop in all the right places. Look at that. So now, again, why would we want it to pull back to where we are at? I think we should move it up again. 33.59. Fuck this, right? 33... 55, 59, fuck it, right? Like, look at this. Why would we want to... No, think about it again. 33.89. It's going to want to pull back out of here. 33.89. Fuck it. We're going to take every single fucking penny out of this. Possible. That's what we're here to do. This is the job. Yeah, we're just here to do the job. Although we are missing SOPA. So we'll see if this pulls back out of here. Obviously it will, so why are we even going to let it take even more profit? Look, we're at 9%. This is a beauty trade, dude. 9% on Pton? Yeah. And see that boost of volume? That sometimes may signal the end, right? Let's get over to this chart and see if we can see anything in the volume. See this volume? See how it's run up really hard and then it's going to want to rip back. So we'll see how this goes, but I mean... I don't know why we wouldn't want to take 34.15 as a protective stop here. Fuck it. It's going to want to pull back here at some point, man. I'm telling you. 34.15. Yeah, like, do you really think this is going to go to, you know, 30% on the day? I don't know. People have been saying that these blue chip stocks have been running hard like penny stocks. Although they don't run like penny stocks, they just kind of look like it. I think we should be watching it on this one, though. Because look at this run, baby. If we come back 34... Yeah, 34.40. 34.40, man. Fuck this shit. 34.40. Fuck you, man. Taking every fucking nickel out of this I can. Not a fucking chance. We're just chasing this up tight. And this will be the end. Once it gets up here, watch. I'll record this after the fact. But once it gets up here, it's going to want to come back. I'm telling you. This walking the dog theory or whatever, it's always going to be like a magnet. It's always going to be pulled back to the VWAP there. Here, I'll pull it out onto this chart, which is hard to... Again, you can't really... There's not much to see here, right? Like, it's kind of at the bottom, and now it's coming out. Yeah, I got 34.86, 34.70 something, like we're at target. So, I don't know. It could go further, but I really don't think so. I think we're here. Yeah, there's that target at 34.84. Yeah, we're there. So, if we can stay above it and then put support on top of it, that would be perfect. Or we can just get stopped out here and I'll be happy too. This will be a pretty good trade, really. There's the stop out. Enjoy in real time. There it is there on that pullback. See that? See how hard that was pulled back on these charts? Interesting. We'll record this further on to see where we're at. What time is it right now? It's 10:30, almost on the money. It's 10:30 on the money. Interesting. There's 10:30 right there. So there you go. It doesn't look like our typical pattern of how we pulled it out. The first one was 82.80. The second one was, what is that? It's 103. The next one was 57. And then the last one was that 78.50. So that puts us at a grand total $321.80 profit. Now, did we do the right thing? So far, it looks like we are going to maybe say, no, we didn't do the right thing. Shit. God damn it. Well, it looks like we left some on the table there, big time. 7% to the top there. 4% to where we're at right now. God damn it. It happens. Leaving meat on the table. It happens. This has been a tremendous move for Pton. I couldn't even really get any real new news. Let me take another look. So this is the company website. Like, it does like these advertisements like M&M is riding your Pton. So today it left out a message from the co-founder, executive chair, John Foley. Peloton, thank you very much for the... Okay, so it's a restructuring. The guy's going to move into a different job, and they're also laying off a whole bunch of people. That's what I've gotten from it so far. So, yeah, just a bunch of corporate blah, blah, blahs. I don't know. I couldn't really get it. Whatever. I just measured it. Out of an 11% move, we only actually achieved like 6% because of the way 7% or something because of the way we scaled out. That's interesting too. Out of our move, like I'm saying, there's the top, there's the bottom. We got it at $31.25 as an entry, and then we pretty much finished scaling out over here at $34.20 something. Which, by the way, that was a terrible. That was just terrible. Again, we should have let it come back even, I don't know. Again, we're going to have to review that. We could have kept that last bit on. And even now, if you were to look at it and you say you're stopped, like say you were still in it, and you're like, well, where would I stop be? Yeah, I would think we're getting into it now. Like, and this is the way it might end up grinding you out, but yeah. Taking profits is hard work. All right, so here's the Pton with just a different look at it here with the footprint and the and then we're just going to roll through a couple of different tickers here. But Pton just had a really active move there. If you see it there, look at that big jump up there. Did you see that? That's interesting, eh? How it really went up there and then it just got completely rejected. And now that you know what I mean, like, I would consider this almost like the pullback time, right? Like this is it, probably. I don't know if it'll come back from that. If you notice that, look at that rip. That's, wow. Yeah, the tape is becoming active here. And in my opinion, this should probably start selling off probably pretty hard here. So we'll just keep trying to watch. Yeah, I think this is just probably going to want to sell off here, but, what do I know? I had the other margin account open there for a second. I don't know if you noticed it, but I was tempted to almost take this short now, but I don't know. Yeah, and this is kind of why I don't like going short. I like going one direction, and there's a lot to, consider when it starts to break down what you're really going to get yourself into here. Yeah, you'd be like, oh no, did I make the wrong choice? Yeah. And exactly what I was just saying, look and think. That's starting to squeeze, right? So people are going short, right? You see what I'm saying? People are going short and then they got squeezed a little and now it's going to want to do the drop, you know, potentially, where it's squeezed out some people. You know how people are like, oh, I can't believe it stopped me out. Yeah, it's exactly right. Yeah. Oh, and then it goes to, you know, it does exactly what you don't want it to do. And then it does what you want it to do right after you don't want it to do it. And then you see what I'm saying? It's always this nice back and forth of getting you screwed out of your money. It's perfect. Yeah, there's not much else going on, so we're just going to keep watching this. Look at that pullback. See how it trapped people thinking that it was going... See what I'm saying? So now people were thinking, oh, we're going long. And then they trapped the door. And then now we've got people like, it's just such a perfect balance. When it gets into this mode, I guess if you're a really top-notch scalping type of person, you might be able to achieve... But I mean, I strongly believe that the broker's going to screw you 12 times out of 10. Okay? That means that if you think you're going to take this and not get hammered with fees and all this other stuff, and then lo and behold, like I was trying to say this, the job of being in trading is a lot like being a bookkeeper too. Like you need to track, and again, not a lot of people like doing trading work, because some of the trading work is like bookkeeping work, like being an accountant. So that means going through all your invoices and your statements and all that stuff, and actually seeing what the broker did to you and screwed you. You know, like sometimes when you get filled on these things, it'll fill you like 3 different places, and then it'll exit you on like 4 different places, and you're getting charged commissions every time. Now, we were having a debate about, well, what if you go to a 0 commission thing? And I was like, well, how about you won't even get filled, and you won't get the position. Like, it's like the broker is here to take your money, and it's not even in the poor executions of trades. It's in them just plain out flat screwing you. You know, and they're going to be like, well, we didn't really screw you, but you're last on the list. Do you see what I mean? You are the last person that they honestly care about. They really don't care about you. They have bigger people cooking, with way more money and bigger positions and the whole bit, right? Like you are just such a small fish that, again, it's like if you're so small, they will take advantage of you, and that's just the long and the short of life. When you're a little useless nothing, you will get taken advantage of, and that's the truth. There you go. There's the trap of them. You know what I mean? Look at that. Everybody wanted to go short, and I keep trying to tell you this. If you think this is not a mystery. I have the theory that if you do the opposite of what you're thinking, you'll actually do pretty well. And I'm not saying that I should have went long here, but I sure as shit shouldn't have gone short. Do you see? Oh, I think I should go short. Stop thinking like that, because that's where it's going to trap you, and then this is where we're going to get the squeeze. This is a squeeze right now. This is a short squeeze. Now, how far and how powerful, you know, it's hard to tell. I just like putting it in there. That's the high day there. See that? Wow. I underestimated this big time. 27% up now. Yeah. Ooh. We'll just keep watching it and taping this. Wow, I'm floored. I underestimated this, but we took profits. I can't help but think that this can't go up forever. And that's what everybody's thinking, right? Like, so we're trying to short the top here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to short the top, so I'm just trying to, you know, deduce where our signal is to make this thing overcooked, and then it's going to want to come back, because it's going to want to have, okay, maybe it's not going to come back to the bottom, but it's definitely going to want to pull back a little. And I just said it to you, and you're thinking, and now I'm thinking, and then it's like, you got to remember to do the opposite, right? Like, it's going to, I don't know, it might cook here. This might be the top, though. I'm watching very closely. Oh, and with that last little push there, it's like, no, squeezing people. You know, more people are covering their position, and then you've got more people trying to go short, so it's like, you know, they're actually buying shares, borrowing shares to go short, which isn't really selling. It's just a really good, like, it's really good to watch this. Yeah, see, now it's at the trap. would you set your order below that and then say, okay, Alec, this is going to be roll the top? Extremely tough call here. I will just make a note of like saying, like, you know what I mean? You don't have to experiment, but you could make a note of it in your head and say, look, if it breaks below 37.90, what's going to happen? I just want to see the reaction. I want to tape the reaction here when it comes down to this. Is it going to flush out really quick? Or is it going to, you know, fucking screw people? And buy the dip, pussies, hold. And if you don't find this kind of interesting, then maybe you're in the wrong job. Because look at the, like, it's not really a reaction, but I mean, it's definitely not just walking through there. And there it is. Look at that. It did not break that line, though. So we still wouldn't have been short. Or it might have just filled you. I'm saying that you would want to, yeah, 37... Yeah, wow, 37.90 would have been your best case scenario there. And look at it. They're really fighting it. Here comes... Oh. There's the reaction. Wow. It basically just told you to go... yeah, look at that. Go fuck yourself. Done. Beautiful. Yeah, like, it's like only a matter of time here almost, right? Like, where's that 37.90? So we would have just got filled there. Let's see. What is the low of that candle? The low is 37.90. So that would have been the fill. Ooh, you in trouble now. Oh, look at that rip too. That was, oh, right down to your number. Awesome. Oh boy, you're in trouble now. I'm pretty conflicted. I'm on the fence here. Yeah, and when this happens, it's going to want to happen fast. 10 seconds left in this candle. There's the next candle. This is one, this is the, see what I'm saying? This is the one, these ones are the ones that are, this is what's making and breaking this whole pattern for the fail or breakdown. Right? Is it going to want to break down here? Oh, about 8 seconds left, 5 seconds to go on this candle. See the difference? See what I'm trying to say? Yeah, there's the next one. Now, sometimes this will flush and make that one, like, that's the trap, right? It wants to make you think that it's you know, going bullish, yet it's just a trap and it's just there to squeeze and fill. Maybe squeeze wasn't the right word there, but it's just about to soak and take a bunch of orders here. Sometimes it's actually saying what it's saying, so that's what makes this job really tough too. 5 seconds left on that candle. Look at that. And there's the next candle. See this? Oh, see what happens now. Yeah, crazy, crazy. Look at that. See how it grabbed orders and then it went right in the reverse direction. So what would I say now? I would say if it did it again, this is when you'd want to take it, because it's not going to hold these levels and then it's just going to fall through when it does. Yeah, and talk about pies in the face. Now you've got again another. Yeah, note the volume there. That was a lot of extra volume on that one candle. And look at this push to all highs, brand new highs. A lot of people are going to want to take it short on the top of these highs. Like, that's what people do. I don't take it like that. I take the middle to the middle. A lot of people try and take it from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. And I don't like that because you're guessing tops and now you're going to place your risk somewhere above this and it's just going to take it. It's going to take you out. Right? So where would you put your risk and then how do you set that, right? Like, I would still want to be at 39.30 or 39 flat to say that I was, you know, going short there, but this is a big part of the greed and the fear thing too. Like, where do you set your orders is how greedy you are, but by being greedy, you will actually get burned, and it's like this, it's a non-stop battle back and forth of I want to make more, but I'm losing more to try and make more, to try and, look at, watch, it's, yeah, it's perfect. Well, I can't stop recording this now because it's like, if you've ever needed an example of a short squeeze, this is exactly it. Like, just look at how it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just wanting to go higher, or sorry, they want it to break, but yet It's just trapping people and making them cover their short positions. By the way, if anybody's keeping score there at home, that's like 34%. That could be it right there. That could be it. Because you got to remember, you got people going long here too, right? Like they're like, oh, it's going to go to the moon. It's going up. It's going up. It keeps going up, right? And then, yeah, they're going to want to have stops here on the bottom side too, right? So once it gets below, like say 39.09, they're going to want to stop out as well, right? So that's going to make that drop even harder when it does get down there. So we'll just have to really pay attention to this. Yeah, because if it drops below that level, it's going to want to fall. And we'll see how far it'll fall before it'll go, right? I would think we would want to take it, if we were going to go short, I'd want to take it short below this level here. 37.90s again, right? Like that would be the same numbers in your head that you're thinking. That's where you should be. So let's just it's kind of stacking them up there. We'll see what happens. We'll see this reaction here at the 39 area. Yeah, like we'll see this reaction now. We'll see how hard it's going to dump here. Or again, is it going to trap people? This is what the boss is in charge. The brokers and all the market makers, they're the ones telling it what to do, right? That was another candle there that just finished. It's hard to see this because of the way it's not the best, you know, because it's not really stretched out very well, but the candles are tight, right? Are we getting the reaction below 39 right here? This is the, is it going to dump? Well, this thing, it's just full of levels here. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It perfectly touched it. Perfectly touched it, and now, okay, we'll see what happens now. And if it breaks through it, then we might have a reaction. Let's see what happens here. Oh man, it is so cat and mouse here. It's not even funny, man. That's as good as it gets. This is how people lose money. This is a perfect example of it. Even professionals. This is professionals losing money here. Is it going to want to break? There's the beginning of the next candle. There's the break. So we'll see what happens now when it pushes down. Is it going to want to shake people up? Oh, that's awesome. Is it going to want to shake people up? Again, I haven't really changed my... I think that this was the trap. It's going to want to pull down into here, and then it's going to go up again. But we're going to continually to make the... see how we did... This is the top. So this would be the higher high, right? Higher high, higher high, higher high. And then we're going to a lower high, lower high, lower high, right? So we're going to want to come down, but not go below. Because if it goes below, then it'll probably drop right out, right? But it's going to want to make investors and traders do the two-step shuffle before it really wants to do a push. And this is going to be something we want to tape. Well, I couldn't help it. I think I took it short here. We're just going to try and squeeze this down to VWAP. Hopefully it happens like really quickly. That's really cat and mousing. I thought we might get stopped out there. But I mean, this is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. If it can stay below this level now, it's going to want to break. So hopefully we can get this thing to actually start moving in our favor and start chasing stops and moving and getting profits. Yeah, hopefully we can get a bunch of longs here to start giving up on it and stopping out, right? That's what we want. You know, it's always good to take a step back, take a look at it, and see what you're looking at. There's that 5-minute chart. A shout out to Brad there in the chat room. He kind of called this as a head and shoulders, and so far so good. Yeah, it almost looks better here on the 1 minute now, too, after it's evolved a bit. Head and shoulders kind of pattern. Let's see how far it'll break down from here, right? And that's the big question with the head and shoulders. Because, you know, it's going to want to break, but I mean, how far down? I want to take it to the VWAP. And it probably will fall through VWAP, too. Sorry, as well. I don't know if I like that. The tape there just thickened right up. Yeah, and you can kind of see it there. Hopefully it's just like that that last ditch panic. See, look at that shit. Uh-huh. Yeah, hopefully it's that last panic. The stop's in a decent spot. We're not going to lose a ton of cash here. Yeah, less than 2% risk. So, it's fully reasonable for the risk that you're taking, right? Interesting. Now we're kind of And I was just thinking, and I'm like, fuck. The stop should have been higher, but I didn't want to take any more risk. So why didn't we take fucking profits there? God damn it. Yeah, so there, you know what I mean? It wasn't the end of the world. There was $88.40 of loss there. Ugh, what a thing. What a You know, at one point I was like, oh, you know, like if we catch this all in video, you're gonna be like the smartest guy ever. And like ultimately, this is gonna go back to the VWAP. It's just I should have taken profits earlier. Like it was there. You had it. It was actually all right there. I should have taken it a little earlier as well. I think I took it right in. Yeah, like right in that level there. 36. Oh, it was 37.95 was the number. $37.95. I should have taken it a little bit earlier at, you know, 38.25. That would have been probably 38.20. That like the break of that area. And then I had a feeling it was going to want to fall through that area. Then it came back and rallied, and then it came back and did fall through there eventually. Again, now we're still putting in the higher low, or sorry, the lower high, lower high, lower high. Everything's still working, like lower low, lower low, lower low. Everything's still working. And eventually this is just going to mosey back down. You know, one of these, I should be picking the top here and taking it back down to like, yeah, fuck. But again, yeah, and my broker that I use isn't the best at getting shares to short either. Like this was a challenge I had to dig around for these. Again, that's probably why we ended up taking this a lot later in the, you know what I mean? Like trying to get shares up here to short is, for me, I can't even do it. So again, that's another reason why we like to go long majority of the time. And again, look at it, it's turning over and it's making you like you stopped out absolutely wrong. Where did we stop out? 38.64. You gotta be fucking shitting me. Like that's like wow. Wow. It's really good at doing its job, isn't it? It just stopped us out perfectly almost. Wow. As it's reversing, like this is, and then like I said, it's probably when I went down 36.50s, 36.60s. 37. It might want to take a little bit of a doodly-doo off of these two here. God dang it. So smart. Oh, you're so smart. You're so smart, you're dumb. Look at this. This is ridiculous. But I mean, you didn't have to wait until here to be wrong either. Like, you should have taken the trade off and then potentially set up another trade and then, you know, taken another trade and then taken another trade and then... And, you know, a lot of people probably won't understand the level of frustration that comes with this job as well. Yeah. There is a certain level of frustration that comes with this job. Fuck. Timing is everything. Trying to learn every day. So what was my lesson there? These, I'm going to call them blue chip, you know, higher market cap, higher, I don't know, this one's not really that higher price or whatever, but still, the higher market caps, they tend to move a lot slower than I'm used to. I trade more volatile stocks, so when I get into these ones, I should just be trying to get the 1%, not 4%, right? Like, it's hard for me, so that's part of my challenge. Okay, 10 minutes to go till the close. Actually, 9 minutes now. Here's the piton. It seems to be doing nothing sideways, but then I'm thinking to myself, wait a second. Is this something that we should be holding overnight? That earnings and whatever, it's really pumped up. So that's a good question. Should you hold piton? I typically don't hold stocks overnight, right? Like, but this isn't a normal stock. Yeah, it's got a 12.25 billion market cap. Something I got to think about here. 9 minutes to go. So there's the finish. We have to wait to see if it's going to go bonkers there, I guess. I don't know why we waited so long here to like, share, subscribe in real time. Yeah. That's how you get your high fives. You got to come back. Ring that notification bell. So there's one little tidbit of after hours there. So I don't know if we can continue to make this video any longer. That's for darn sure. It's 5:15 p.m. There's the full piton move. Again, I'm going to ask you to like, share, subscribe, because that's how you'll get your high fives when you come back. And I don't know if this is the wrong thing to do, holding it overnight or not, but